Hello viewers, this is Cynthia Michael from Screen Views, bringing you my 486 podcast. This is my 486 podcast, and like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your own adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. If you're under 18, now if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the topic of this podcast. So basically, a lot of as you guys know, there have been ever since the gruesome murder of George Floyd by police, a lot of people have been, there's been a movement, there's been a lot of protests ever since the gruesome murder of George Floyd, who was killed by police. Now, a lot of people. So basically, they started a big debate of defunding the police. So basically, a lot of people are like, what do you mean by defund the police? Like, so basically that means like take some of the money, take some of the police, take some of the funds from the police department, take the budget, take some of the money. The budget money from the police department, from the police. That's what it means. We're gonna take money in the budget from the police department and from the fucking police. That's what it means. So basically, a lot of people are like, how would we go about defunding the police? So basically, a lot of people are wondering, like, how would we go about defunding the police? So basically, I came up with a simple plan how to do so. So basically, what I'm saying is that, cops, we should not use the cops for anything. We should take some of that money, take some of the police budget money, and take some of the cops budget money and invest it in more programs, into more programs or into making new departments. So basically, what I mean is, how the military has a different branch of there's always a different branch of military. So basically, you had the Navy that deals with sea threats, you had the Air Force that deals with sky threats, and you had the Army that deals with land threats. So basically, what if we take some of the money, take some of that money from the police and invest it into making new branches? So basically, let's say, for example, why don't we just let's say we give some of that money to the homeless department. They can start their own special unit of trained professionals that deals with the homeless, and help the homeless find, found housing and jobs. So basically, we can use some of that, we can get some of that the budget from the police and give it to the homeless department. They can start their own unit, like special unit of people who are trained to deal with the homeless, to help them find, help them get out of the streets into a nice shelter and help them get permanent housing. So basically like that. Or and also we can use the health department. We can get some of that money to the health department. They can start they can start a special unit that deals with start special units that deals with people with drug problems and people with mental health issues as well. So basically, let's redistribute this money into other departments, into other, other city departments that, and let those city departments, establish their own unit, their own special unit, their own services, like, the cops are, like the cops model, like the cops model, they here is, they here for, sorry, they're here to protect and serve. So basically, that's what the cop's job is. They're here to protect and serve the community from crime and whatnot. So basically, that way we can lessen the burden of the police. So honestly, we don't need to call the cops on the homeless people. We don't need to call the cops. Honestly, that way cops don't have to deal with homeless people. They're dealing with people with mental health issues and dealing with people with drug issues as well. So basically, by investing in these programs, the health department can start their own unit, their own special unit that deals with, the health department can start their own special unit, one unit that deals with people with mental health issues, giving them the help that they needed, and also deal with people who have drug problems, and giving them the help that they needed, and also giving the health department the ability to start their own unit that deals with the homeless problem, deals for homeless people, giving them off the street into shelters and finding them permanent housing, and also finding them jobs. So basically, and also we can also use some of the police budget money to fund more after school programs as well to keep young youth off the streets and whatnot. So basically, my point is, we take half of the police budget and invest it into these four things. Homeless into homelessness, mental health, and drug rehab, and into more after school programs for kids to keep off the street. So basically, that way, and also invest some of the money into establishing neighborhood watches as well. So basically, that way, by investing the money into more programs like this, that way the police don't have to deal with these problems. Therefore the police can deal with serious problems as fighting crime and whatnot, instead of just dealing with homeless people, dealing with people who have mental health problems, dealing with people who have. That way the cops don't, there's a special, so basically instead of just calling the cops, you can just call the homeless, unit, the homeless people who there's a homeless, there's a homeless person outside, so basically the homeless, the homeless, the special homeless enforcement will come and, hope that, and take that homeless person, somewhere they can stay, get a meal, help get a job and stuff like that. Or say there's a person with mental health issues. There's a person with mental health issues, so basically instead of just calling the police on that person who has mental health issues, you just call the mental health unit. They send people to deal with that person, that person who has mental health issues, to take that person to get treatment and whatnot. So basically, say you have somebody with a drug problem, with a serious drug problem. Instead of just calling the police, you can call the special special drug rehab unit to certain people to help that person, to get drug treatment. So basically, we don't have to call the police on for any situation, unless it's for fighting crime or solving murders and stuff. So basically, like I said, like the military, let's start out with different branches. So like the military has different branches there's different branches of military. Like I said, we had the Air Force that deals with sky threats. We had the Navy that deals with, with threats on the ocean, and we had the Army that deals with threats on land. So basically, what if we take that, like I said, where we take some of that police budget money and start other branches that deals with different situations like this. So basically, so basically, you can call somebody to help with homeless people, instead of the police. You can call a special unit that deals with people that knows how to deal with people with drug issues. You can call somebody who you can call a special unit to help people with mental abilities to get the treatment that they need, and also expand more neighborhood watch programs, and also expand more neighborhood watch programs to help the police, to help the police, ease the burden of them, helping them protect and serve the city that they're sworn to protect. And also invest that money into more after school programs for young youth. It keeps them off the streets. Also, that way they won't fall into gangs or drugs and whatnot. So basically, this is just my plan. So basically, my plan is simple. Let's take some of that budget from the police and start other units or other departments that deal with these situations. So basically, like I said, you can just call you can call a special unit that deals with homeless people, to get them off the street, into homeless shelters, and help those homeless people to find jobs and permanent housing. You can call a special unit that deals with people who have drug issues, who have drug issues. And call that special unit to help that take that person with the drug issues, and get them into rehab and help them get clean and help them get into rehab and and get their life back in check. And also, you can have a special unit that deals with people with serious mental issues, to take people who have serious mental issues to get them the treatment that they need, that they get them the treatment and medication that they need to help them get their life back on track. So basically, that's just, and also use that money to start more neighborhood watches, and also start, and fund more after school programs and more programs for young youth to keep them off the streets, not letting them fall victim to drugs and gangs and whatnot. So anyway, this is just my plan to how to defund the police. This is just my simple plan to how to defund the police. So basically, what do you guys think about this idea? Now, so basically, there's no right and wrong answer. I just want your honest opinion on my plan how to defund the police. So anyway, this is Cynthia Michael from Screwview. Sign off. 1.